Let's think about this. You either want it or you don't. Once you know what you want and your mind is made up, this is what I want, you're gonna get it. It's just a matter of being patient at that point, but you're gonna get it. Why are you gonna get it? Because you're not gonna change your mind. We always get what we want. And so I see so many people, starting their health journeys, people who have been on their health journeys for years, for decades, and they're not growing, they're not really making any progress, or they do great for a little while and they fall off, and it's just like a repetitive cycle to where they have a spurt of doing really great and then they fall off and they go back and then they get back on sometime later and they do great for a week, a couple weeks, a month, and then they fall off and they go back. And why is this? You got to understand, when people fall off, it's because they want to fall off. Nobody's being forced to do anything. I recognized this in me after I had eaten fruit for a whole year and fell off. While I was in that stage of eating a lot of cooked vegan shit, I eventually just became aware that I'm doing exactly what I want to do. I'm eating this because this is what I want to eat. And so, I had to go within and do some work. Okay, why is this what I want to do? How do I change that? Because the way to sustain in this lifestyle is not constantly fighting against what you really want. You sustain by changing what you want. That's how I sustain. I'm not constantly fighting against what I want. I'm eating what I want every single day, every time I eat. I'm eating honeydew right now because that's what I want. Before the honeydew, I had dates and I had hazelnuts because that's what I wanted. I eat what I want. And my why is I want to be healthy. That's my main why. I understand I don't ever have to be sick. I don't have to lose mobility. I don't have to lose independence. I don't have to have a disease. I don't ever have to be on drugs. I could be healthy and in excellent health the entire time I'm here. And that's what I'm always striving for. The best thing I can do is feed my body properly. In feeding my body properly, I'm also feeding my mind properly. I'm feeding my soul properly. It always comes down to, what do you want? You say you want to be healthy. You say you want to lose weight. You say you want to reverse that disease. You say you want to get rid of that pain that's in your body. Okay, great. But do you still want that when your friends invite you out to eat at a restaurant? Do you still want that on Christmas? Do you still want that on Thanksgiving? Do you still want that on the 4th of July? Do you still want that on Labor Day, on Memorial Day? Do you still want that when there's a birthday party? Do you still want that when there's just a family get-together, a family reunion, a cookout? These are the defining moments that reveal to us what we really want. Do you still want that when you're feeling a little down, when you're feeling depressed, when you're feeling stressed out, when you're frustrated, when you're irritated, when you're annoyed? Do you still want it? Or in these moments, are you saying, fuck it, this one time ain't gonna hurt? In saying that, what you're saying is, I don't want to lose that weight right now. I don't want to reverse that pain right now. I don't want to heal right now. You're choosing a different path. You get what you want. And so for me, all you're really seeing from me when you see me show up and I'm eating fruit every day, and there's no inconsistencies, all you're really seeing is someone that's not changing his mind. That's all you're seeing. You're just seeing someone that puts his health first. You're just seeing someone that makes his health a priority. That's all you're seeing. When you see me eating just apples for 25 days or just watermelon for 100 plus days, that's all you're seeing. You're seeing someone that's choosing his health every single time. When I say no, I'm not going to the restaurant. When I say no, I'm not going to the cookout. When I say no, I'm not going to the birthday party. Unless y'all got fruit. If there's going to be pizza and cake and all this bullshit there, I'm not going. You're just seeing someone that's choosing their health over the other options. That's it. So do you really want it? Because when you get invited to the restaurant by your friends or to the bar, wherever, when you're invited, you have to make a choice. Are you choosing a moment of being social with people you consider friends or family, or are you choosing your health? Are you choosing the weight loss? Are you choosing to heal? If you want to lose that weight and you want to heal and you want to eliminate that pain, then there's a cost associated with that. That cost is your commitment to putting forth the effort required to obtain it. If you're not willing to put forth the effort when your friends call, then you don't deserve what you say you want. And truth be told, you don't even want it. You're choosing your friends and your family over your healing. So that's what you get. You say, oh, it's so hard. I mean, anything worth having doesn't come easy. But the reason it's really hard for you is because your mind is not made up. And you're trying to make yourself do something that you don't want to do. Truth is, you really don't want to be healthy. Or you want to be healthy on your terms. Your terms is you still get to go hang out with your friends that don't give a fuck about being healthy. And you still get to socialize with them and mix and mingle with them and go where they want to go and do what they want to do. And you still want the results of being healthy, of someone that makes different decisions, of someone that's choosing to cut people off that need to be cut off, and people that are choosing to eat food and not poison their bodies. You want the results they get without doing what they do. That's not how it works. If you're not willing to pay the cost, you don't deserve the weight loss. You don't deserve to heal. You don't deserve to be free from pain. You got to earn that. And so I just think about that. Just think about it. And if you are in a position where you can admit, okay, I obviously don't want to heal. Obviously, my friends and my family are more important to me than my health. But I don't want it to stay like that. I want to change that. I want my health to be more important. Then there's ways you could do that. There's ways you could go about that. You can make that happen. I did. So I know you can make it happen. And I know how to make it happen. But that's another process that you got to be patient with. But there is a method, a strategy that can be applied to change what you want, to change what's really important to you. To where then you get invited to, a gathering, family gathering, friends getting together. Then, you're asking, where y'all going? And they go to the such and such restaurant, then it's not even hard to say, no, I'm not going. Y'all know I don't eat that shit. I don't want to be around that shit. I'm focusing on my health. Just because y'all don't give a fuck about your health, I'm not putting myself in a position to where I have to later struggle with temptation and fight the urges and the thoughts that's going to be in my mind after sitting around all of this shit that I still love the taste of, but I understand that it's unhealthy and it's bad for me and it's making me fat and it's making me sick and it's turning me into a junkie. I'm not going to do that to myself. Now, y'all don't give a fuck. And that's fine for you. That's not fine for me. So if you want me to come, you're going to have to do this somewhere else. I'm not going to put myself in this type of atmosphere where you got all this bullshit, addictive ass shit that's not even food floating around all up in my face. I'm smelling the shit smell good, the shit look good, but I understand it's all a deception because this shit is bad for you and it's addictive. It's poisonous. I'm not doing that to myself. See, because the thing is, when you start your healing journey, all your friends and family and loved ones, they're not on the same page with you. Like, you don't go to your people and say, hey, I'm starting my healing journey. Hey. And they be like, oh, me too then. I'm coming with you. I want to be a part of that too. I need to start mine too. Let's do it together. Let's join this challenge together. Let's join these groups together. No, it's just you. You've awakened to some degree. You've gained a new sense of awareness to some degree. And now you're aware of things that they may not be aware of, or they just don't give a fuck about. But you do. At that moment is where you start growing apart. And it's just inevitable. You're not on the same path no more. You were once on the same path. Neither one of y'all gave a fuck about healing and health or none of that shit. Y'all were addicts, y'all were junkies. Nutrition, health, these things were not considerations. But now for you, it is. For them, it's still not. At that moment, you start growing apart. And it's just inevitable that the longer you both stay on your paths, the more you're going to grow apart until you eventually have nothing in common. But what happens is, this is you on your health journey. This is them not giving a fuck. And you are constantly coming over here trying to blend in with them. You going to the restaurant with them. Well, why they don't go to the fruit market with you? Why they don't just come over and eat fruit with you? It's always you compromising. It's always you negotiating. It's always you giving in. It's always you putting yourself in a position that's going to make your journey much harder than it has to be. It's always you. I'll go with you. When they call you, hey, you want to go to the bar and just hang out, get a couple drinks? I'll go. You're over here. What the fuck you doing coming back over here? And that's the way it go. That's the way. I don't know of it going any other way. I've never had anyone that I used to hang with say, yo, Kev, what's up, man? I'm coming by. We're going to eat some fruit and chop it up. Never. But they'll invite me to the restaurant, to the bar, to whoever's house that's having a cookout and all that. I'm not going. Fuck that cookout. Fuck that restaurant. Fuck that birthday. Fuck all of that. I'm not fucking going. And for me, I'm just at a point, I don't give a fuck if they gonna have fruit there. Because they gonna have a lot of the other bullshit there too. That's just a lure. Oh, we gonna have some fruit? Yeah, but what else you gonna have? What else you gonna have? I see that as just a fucking setup, a trap. That's bait. Yeah, you'll get me there and you'll have fruit and whatever, that's great. But over here, you got this fucking carcass all sauced up and shit. I could smell that. You got all these wings off of dead birds, bodies over here, all fried and crispy and sauced up. You got all this fucking, these side dishes and shit. None of this shit is food, but the deception is so strong. You got all this nasty ass shit smelling good and looking good. I'm not going. You just gotta accept that you're gonna grow apart from people when you start your healing journey, and you gotta be okay with that. And a lot of people are just not okay with that. They want to grow, but they don't want to grow apart from people in their lives that are not growing. You gotta make your mind up, man. If you're choosing to grow and they're not, you're gonna grow apart. You gotta be okay with that. And I mean, it's all gonna come out in your actions. Every time you go running behind them to meet them on their stomping grounds, in their territory, you're selling yourself out. You playing yourself. You're putting them before you. You're putting them before your healing. You're putting them before your change, before your growth, before your transformation. You're putting them before a better life. That's what you're doing. And if that's what, hey, I ain't doing that shit though. They not that goddamn important to me. Nobody is. Because I and I alone have to live with the consequences of my choices. Just like you. They could come see you in the hospital. They can't heal you so you can leave the hospital. You be in that motherfucker sick, tubes hooked all up to you, and they'll just be there keeping you company, and that's it. That's the best they could do. And if you cool with that, then hey, I'm not cool with that. So you just gotta make up your mind. Make up your mind. And hey, if you need help transitioning from wanting to eat this bullshit to not wanting to eat it, then reach out. We make it work. I know how to do it though, because I've done it. You know, I don't eat the rotten flesh of dead animals because I don't want to. See, it's different when you want to and you're trying to make yourself not do it. I've been there. I don't want to though. I don't want to eat the wings off of dead birds. I don't want to eat their fucking legs, their chests. Fuck that shit. Fucking ankles and feet and shit. I don't want to eat the muscle and fat off of a cow's carcass. I don't want to fucking eat their goddamn balls. I don't want to eat their ears. I don't want to eat their fucking tail, their fucking feet. I don't want to eat their fucking liver, their intestines. That shit is fucking disgusting. It wasn't always though. And if you want to talk about pigs, like, come on, man. I don't want that shit no more. So it's easy for me to eat fruit now because that's what I want. And I gotta get the fuck up out of here because I got to go to work. If you need help making that transition, you know, getting yourself from I want to over to I don't want to, and getting yourself from I don't really want to eat healthy, I don't really want to eat fruit, to all I want to eat is fruit, and if it's not healthy, I don't want it. Reach out. Reach out. I might go work with you. On that note, I'll talk to y'all soon.